So, hey, looky here. You can see my face now. So, as you can see, my nice little podcast studio with my kitchen with my trusty kitty litter full of some nice vinyl records. You guys want to listen to some Rita McNeil? No? Okay. So, this is my little guy. What's your name, buddy?
Noah.
Is going on phones a bad thing?
Yes.
How come?
Because it's a very, very, very bad thing.
Because it gets you distracted, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It rots your brain, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Really, it does.
What's good for your brain?
Reading.
That's right, buddy. Good job. There you have it, folks. Straight from the source of a 5-year-old. Now, I may or may not have coached them on what to actually say, but yeah. I know I'm kind of being a tiny bit of a hypocrite here, because I am using a computer, and, you know, when you're using technology to upload a podcast, people are like, it's not really the smart way of doing things by saying you shouldn't be on your phones when you're relying on someone's phone to listen to your podcast. You know what? It's all right. So I didn't get my first phone until I was in high school, and it was a flip phone, and it was just like what everyone else had in 2007. Little tiny Nokia flip phone. Wasn't really that good, but took a picture. Couldn't go on the internet now or anything like that, but pretty fun. And when I got older, I finally upgraded to what you would call a BlackBerry. First time I could actually, it was the first and last time I ever had a phone with data usage. Yeah, it wasn't really that good, but you could go on Facebook, you could look at Maymays, all that fun stuff. It was pretty durable, and I hated touchscreens, so it worked out pretty good. But basically all I'm talking about today is how phones have pretty much, I'm going to sound like an old boomer, but phones really have ruined everything. For example, when you were younger, you and your buddies all get together, and you watch your copy of Speed 2 on VHS, you were focused in on watching Speed 2. Didn't have to worry about anyone getting distracted. You didn't have to worry about your buddy IMDbing every single character that appeared on screen, and you didn't have to worry about somebody like, oh, Willem Dafoe's in this. Do you ever see that Antichrist movie? Willem Dafoe's in it, and there's like full penetration. So give that a watch, guys. I bet it'll be fun. Spoiler alert, don't watch that movie. Yeah. Anyways, so I kind of got in trouble at work a lot because I would take the BlackBerry and make random Facebook posts trying to be funny, but we all know I'm not funny, so it didn't really work good. But my bosses would keep an eye on my Facebook feed, so they would know when I'd be going into the bathroom and making posts, because they would. I almost got fired for it, but you know what? That was a crappy job, and if you haven't watched my web.com post about it, go ahead and give it a watch. Basically, all I'm complaining about now is every one of my friends, they all are addicted to their phones. We have game nights every once in a while, and that's the only time when people are actually focused on their phones. So Travis, good job. You actually do a pretty good job of that. It's basically we all get together and play Mortal Kombat, and whoever loses gets called a homosexual. It's just the way that the game nights go with the boys. So yeah, anyways, basically the one reason I hate phones is that you can't do anything in public without fear of being recorded and getting uploaded online. Like back in high school, I got pantsed in front of the whole school. It was terrible, but I mean, at least there was no pictures of my wieners flopping around on the internet. If that happened today, it would be recorded, posted online, and I'd be known as the 3-inch king of Yarmouth. But thankfully, not the case. But it's mostly when we're hanging out together, watching a movie. What were we watching? We were watching the original Speed the other day, and watching it with 3 buddies. It was during COVID, like the height of COVID. So one guy was obsessed on his phone in one direction, be like, no, there's 3,000 cases of COVID. And another buddy was on like the other end of the spectrum. He was like, COVID's a hoax made up by the liberal media. I just want to watch Keanu. So yeah, that's how that happened. Now another way that it gets ruined, like you're playing cards or something like that, nobody just keeps their hands on their cards. It's just Facebook posts halfway through. Mark, if you're listening, you're horribly addicted to your phone. You kind of, oh my gosh, get some help. Now, one thing I've also noticed is that old people, you think it would just be like a boomer thing complaining about people being on their phones, but like it's a really bad thing with older people too. Not gonna say what I do for work, but it heavily involves Actually, I probably already said it before, but yeah. With my work in the past, I've been in contact with elderly people or just basically anyone over the age of 45. And my dad, especially one of them, they're all addicted to like AI auto-generated trash. Like I went into someone's house at one point, even when I was doing plumbing work. I went into somebody's house and it was an old couple. They were sitting there while I was working on their sink and they were watching AI generated videos of nature. Now, like it was just basically them sitting there on their phones and just watching like some robot voice going like, and the great manatee of Siberia. I didn't even know it's a real thing. Yeah, just CGI AI generated trash, and they're just watching it all day, every day. Or they're watching like grifter type news programs where it's like they're either ranting on about the Democrats or the Republicans, like this guy just destroyed liberals with facts and logic, or this guy just destroyed the Republican Party with damaging facts about Trump, or some stupid retarded crap. And that's all they do is just sit there on their phones. And one time I don't let my kids use, I'm not saying I'm a better parent because I'm doing this, but I don't let my parents use my kids use phones, and I don't let them use YouTube unless I'm the one controlling it. I put a lock on every single app on my TV and on my PlayStation. Now I know eventually they're gonna get around that, but one time I went into the I don't know what it was. It was a public place of some sort, and the kids were watching YouTube shorts and TikToks sitting on a park bench on their tablet instead of actually playing. So my kids were running off playing on the beach, and some other kids were sitting there watching some guy play Minecraft instead of playing. I mean, it'd be better if they were just playing Minecraft themselves, but they weren't. They were watching some other douchebag play Minecraft. And we all know it's not even just that, but like back in the old days, the good old days of bullying, you could call some kid a weirdo and that'd be it. But now it's like you're gonna bully a kid into suicide remotely from your house. I think I read somewhere a statistic that like teen suicides have gone up like 200% since smartphones have come out. So that's quite a while. Don't let your kids use smartphones, you dicks. That's it. Yeah. Don't let your kids use phones. Be better parents.